Hello everybody, this is Jacob from Wedge Me This, and today I'm going to do a video just about the don't, the DP specifically. So like the light side videos I just did, I'm going to go through the don't, or the dark side, or playing with the 7, however you want to put it. And I'm going to talk about some of the concepts, some of the pros and the cons of it, just like the other videos, and then we're going to do a little bit of rollout here. Got $1,000 on the table there. Let's rack it up here. So the one thing with the don't is the first thing I want to say is the don't is not the opposite. The don't pass is not the opposite of the pass. Not exactly. Even on the come out, it's not. So let's talk about the come out. So let's say we have a don't. Right? Let's say we play a $25 don't on the don't pass. We win on a 2 or a 3. We lose on a 7 or an 11. And we push on a 12. Anything else sets a point, right? And then that point then becomes our number we don't want, right? So then we're playing with the 7. So let's talk about a few of the concepts of this. Number one, this bet is removable. You can take it down, which is unlike a pass line bet, which is a contract bet, which is stuck. All right, I know some bubble machines won't let you take those bets down, but if you go to a live table, they will let you take that bet down. Let me explain why. All right, this is a very simple reason why. All right, boom, we have our don't, roll our dice, we have a 10, hard 10. Come over here. For whatever insane reason, you decide, you know what, I don't want to play against the 10. I'm going to take this off. Or I'm going to move it over here. Some people will move it over the pass line. All right. Guys, that's the reason, because you're in the advantage. Once you make it through the come out roll, you now have the probability advantage. You have 6 ways to win now, 6 ways to roll 7 versus 3 ways to roll 10. So the casino is going to let you take that down. That's another reason why the pass line is not the best bet. There's so many clear indicators of why you shouldn't do that bet. But this is a reason why, this is a proof that you probably should be doing this bet. Because if the casino is allowing you to pull that down, then they don't want you to play it. They're saying, we would rather you not play that. So yeah, go ahead and take it down. All right. In this case, you'd never want to take it don't down. You never do. You hedge it out and then boom, we roll a 10 and lose. Bang, just like that. That's a lot of fun. Definitely happen, just like any other play you can lose on. But that's why. That's the reason why they allow you to take your don't pass and your don't come bets down. Because they don't actually want you playing with the 7. The whole game is geared around the casino winning when a 7 is rolled. This whole game is geared like that. These don't bets and these lay bets, they are contradictory to that. Now let's talk a little further about the don't. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason they don't like you to play the don't is because for whatever reason this don't has this bad reputation that you're playing against the shooter. You're playing against the other players. You can believe that if you want to believe that, guys. It's not true. I mean, in its simplest, basicest form, yes, it's true. You want to win on your 7, and they want to win on their point. All right, but it's no different than anyone playing anything at any time. I may not want to roll 7s on a come out, but you may have a stacked up pass line and hopping reds and all that. You want the 7 on the come out. I don't. There's There's all kinds of factors there that have nothing to do with each other. All right, so one of the ways people get around that is they play the DC instead. So let's say your point gets set at a 5. Now they put their money out there and maybe they get a 6. That way they're not directly playing against the point. But guys, it's absurd to me to think that you're playing against the other players. Everyone is playing against the casino and craps. But it's a point of contention in the game for the players. There's a lot of players that won't even play with don't players. I hear that kind of often. They say it messes up the feel of the table, the temperature of the table, all these different things. I don't believe none of that. That's not how I perceive it. Maybe that's because I played the don't bet, but so there's that aspect of it. But the don't itself is a great bet. It's probably the best bet in the whole casino. I know people will say, "Oh, well, the odds bet this and that." Guys, the odds bet's a zero-sum outcome, right? It's not a bet. It's a bet that just plays against you in the long run. Even on the don't, the odds bet's not good. It's not that great. So let's do some odds with it. Let's throw another quarter down there. And same thing with the 3, 4, 5 type odds. All right, but the dont's a little different. Let me explain how it's a little different. All right, on the odds. So we got a 4. So the way the odds work on the don't is you can win 3 times this money. It's not you can just put out 3 times this money. You can win 3 times 25. So that means however many odds it would take to win $75 on a 1 to 2. All right. So 1, 2, 3. So it would take 150, because this would be 3, 4, 5 odds, 5, 4, 3 odds. So you'd have to put 150 in odds to win 75, because the odds pay 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 5 to 6. All right, so that it's just the opposite of the light side in that sense, with the true odds, as people refer to them. And so you'd have to put $150 to win 75. Now, you are a 2 to 1 favorite, so that's a break-even situation. You're still in the advantage here with your 1 to 1 flat bet. So in my opinion, guys, the odds on the dark side, on the don't, are only to manipulate small amounts of money. I don't think you should play max odds, because even though I know you have this big probability advantage, we got a 7 that time. You have this big probability advantage. You're still getting less than a 1 to 1 payout, and you can get a 1 to 1 payout right here. So in my opinion, it's better to just play the don't pass line bigger. You still have the same risk as far as probability, because whatever number you land on is still the bad number, right, for you. And now I know you lose this come out advantage, but I would rather be playing $150 1 to 1 than $150 1 to 2. You know, I think in the sense that you're worried about this come out roll, the few times you will get knocked off in a session and you have max odds on them is going to be way more expensive than some come out losers. So that's my opinion on that from experience, is that it's better to play a bigger flat on the pass line and a smaller amount of odds, in my opinion. Again, I don't think max odds ever really makes all that much sense in any case, light or dark. But in this case, that's what I think about that. When you're playing, it's better to have a big bet 1 to 1 than a big bet at less than 1 to 1. Because it's still going to be the same amount of money. Let's say we were still going to play $100 out here, $150 out here on the dome. I can play the flat and get through, and then I'm putting that other 150 or whatever dollars out there at less than 1 to 1. I would rather risk the come out roll. That's my opinion. And again, for you dice controllers out there, you should be able to manipulate that, right? You should be able to do it better than normal. All right, so we'll do a couple things here. First thing is I'll talk about flat betting the don't, because this is something you can also do. So let's do that here. We'll roll it out. Quarter flat bets. And just continuous quarter flat bets. And there's a 7. Okay. And a 10. Yeah, perfect. All right, so let's keep track of something really quick. All right, so we've lost one. That's not a bet, guys. That's just indicating that we have lost one. And is on flat bets. Oh, I forgot. Dang it. I was supposed to have a DC. Now I know this is anti what I said at the beginning, but I'm just talking about a strategy, a way to play. So that would win. All right. Let's put that there as well. All right, we're still playing that same DC. There's an 8. I know I put it out there after we had an outcome, guys, but I'm doing this because I want to show something about flat betting the don't. And an 11, okay, we'd lose. Let's mark that one again. I know I have a winner right here, but it's because it was kind of a come out winner, so to speak. So I'm trying to show something here. 3, 2, 5. So all these are moving back to the don't. That's what happens when you have a don't come bet. It moves back here. You could put odds on it if you'd like. A 6. All right. A 4. Wow. We're filling up the board, ain't we? An 11. Ouch. This is the negative of the don't. You don't want a long roll. Long roll hurts the don't, no matter how you play it. If you're just a straight up don't, you don't have any light side advantage. 5. Oh. All right, so right here, boom, that would fall. That would travel up there. Mark another loss here. Throw another one out there. And the 7. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Okay, so this is going to lose. Let's mark it. Okay, all that, and that are all going to win. This comes down. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winners, plus the come out winner. These are all our out of our bankroll, so we're not going to count those. All right. So we had 5 losers. So if we cut out the 5 winners, we were still up $25 on that. So that's what flat betting the don't is. And guys, flat betting the don't is pretty effective. Basically, you're gonna win about half the time, profit about half the time, and you're gonna lose a little about half the time. You're never gonna win a lot. You're never gonna lose a lot. So flat betting the don't is actually a pretty good technique to build your bankroll. All right. So you got a good example of how it works right there. Why you can have 5 losers, but then when you win, it all comes back. So again, flat betting the don't is just one way. Now it incorporates the DC, but that's just so we can keep putting don't bets up there. So now let's play the don't on the don't pass. We'll just play through here. Let's start back with exactly $1,000. I don't really need the red chips. So we'll just get another 100 there. Let's make this 600. Okay, perfect. Okay. Oh, 500, huh? Not 6. 500. All right. So here we go. So what we're going to do is, well, I guess I do need the red chips. Dang it. My bad. I need it for the 6 and the 8. So let's get it back. Get our red chips back. All right. So here we go. We're gonna play the don't plus odds. In this case, max odds. We'll play a $25 flat don't. Then we'll play max odds. We're gonna try to win 500 bucks. All right, here we go. Just one don't bet. And there's an 11 on the come out. All right, let's come out loser. That's the hole in the don't is the come out, right? The hole is, that's, if you want to talk about the most negative part of the strategy or the negative part of the play, the bet, it's the come out roll because you're at such a disadvantage on the come out roll. All right, so there's a 5. So we're going to get 2 to 3 on the odds to win $100. All right. So we need to put 150 in odds. So that'll pay, oops, we only need to win $75, huh? No, $100. Yeah, we could win 4 times. 3, 4, 5, yeah. Sorry, it's early in the morning, guys. All right, so here we go. We have 175 in bets with the potential of winning 125. And there's a 6, 4 deuce. And now here we have 6 ways to win, and that's one of them, versus 4 ways to lose. All right, here we go. We'll win 100 on the odds, 25 on the flat. Pick it all up. All right, so obviously we're up 100 bucks. We lost 25 on the come out, 125 back, and then won our 100. All right, here we go, coming out again. We got an 8 this time, an 8. Very nice. All right, so we are able to win 5 times this money. Well, I guess I didn't need the red chips today. So 150. Oh well. 150 will pay 125, which is 5x the 20. Because it's 6 to 5. And we got smack OLED. Schmacked. So this is one of the reasons why I don't prefer the odds, because we just lost the same loss we had, but we weren't going to make as much money, right? If we just had the 175 flat, we would have made better than the 150 and the 125. And that's why I would rather just play a larger bet with no odds. And there's the 5 again. And so what happens a lot on this style of play with the don't is you just break even a lot, right? It just goes back and forth a lot. And so the key to this is you should progress this. You should progress the flat part of it up and down. There's a 6, and to me that's how you manipulate winning on the don't if you're just only going to use the don't. There's a 6 deuce 8. We'll talk about that. And there's a hard 6, 3, 3. And an 8. Dang, we're crushing these 6s and 8s. And a 5. Ouch. Light side friendly. So again there, we just lost 175 and when we had the potential to win 125. when we could have played 175 to win 175. And so that's kind of the idea there of why I like to play the flat bigger, because you lose some on the dump, your risk versus your reward. And 7. Oh, I forgot my odds. We're going to add the odds just because, remember, that's what we're doing. So, my bad. So we're going to win one. This actually wins 150 altogether. 125 and 25. All right. So we're a little below even here. Not much. Try it again. And a 4. Okay. Sorry about missing them odds, guys. I'm not trying to cheat or nothing. I don't have any reason to. I'm just trying to show why you do one thing over another. All right, show how hard it is to win just like this. Just the same thing with just the pass line. All right, 5, 3, 8. And there's like a 2-point don't molly. They call it the dolly, or a 3-point dolly, where you can put 3 don't bets out there. But then that even ruins your probability advantage, right? The more don't bets, when you put a second don't bet out there, if it's not just flat and you're not playing the flat betting style where you're taking, as long as you win half the bets, you're fine. You can do that, but you lose the probability advantage. So not only do you lose the payout on the odds, but you lose the probability as you put more don't bets out there. So keep that in mind when you're putting all them don't bets out there and putting odds behind them, that you're losing the advantage you're gaining when you just have one. It's better to just put the money behind one bet. There's a 3. And an 8. Dang, we're getting a lot of good rolls here as far as light side would go. There's a 10. A lot of good rolls. And a 10 back to back. And a 5. Come on, get us a winner here. An 8, hard 8, square pair. Hard 10. Wow, what a roll here. 5. 7. All right, that was a pretty good roll. All right, we're only going to win 100 total. 25 flat, 75 on the odds. So we just made $175 in bets to only win 100. And so that's the negative side of the don't odds. That's why I say I don't suggest necessarily playing them as max odds. Now, I do think there's instances where you should play them to adjust something you need on the table, but that's for the hybrid videos. All right, so let's see where we're at. We've got 400, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're even, we're dead even, which happens a lot when you play this way. When you just play one don't bet, you end up dead even a lot. That was not a 10, guys, that was a 7. On the come out, you end up exactly even often. So when you're playing this way, you should probably keep your profit goal pretty low. Or you should be progressing this don't, flat bet don't, up and down. And after we play this point here, I'll start doing that. I'll show you guys what I mean by that. All right, here we go. We got a 4. So we're on our point of 9. There's an 8. Ooh, we're bouncing all around that. We would much rather win than lose. There's a 4. And a 7. Perfect. All right, so here we go. Again, we played $175 in bets to win $125. Again, that's not an ideal situation, guys. All right, but we are up roughly $100. All right, so this time we're going to start with this $25 don't. But win or lose, we're going to go up, down. If we win, we're going to press it. If we lose, we're gonna press it, right? So this is a way. I know I said press it both ways, but I'm being serious there. This is a way to generate a larger win, right? And take advantage of the don't. Should be about a 50-50 proposition, right? So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to go and use profit to build it up. Now, on the negative side of it, when I lose, at that point, I'm just trying to recover my money, and then I'll start back at 25. So if we roll a loser, I'll go to 50, and then we roll a winner, I'll drop it back down to 25. Or vice versa, if we roll a winner, I'm going to stack it up. And the idea behind that is after 2 winners, you pull your money back out and you start over. Now, you can go half of that, you can keep going up half of it. There's just a lot of ways to do it. So in this case, on the loss is what we'll do. On the loss, we'll go and double it until we get our money back. Then we'll start back at the 25 flat. On the win, the first one will double it, and then after that we'll half press it. So it's just, there's going to be no odds involved in this. No odds. Here we go. We got a 7 on the come up. So this is going to be, show you the loss version real quick. All right, so we're going to go to 50. Remember, this should win about every other time, right? And there's a 4 the hard way. All right, so now if we win, we'll get our quarter back plus have a quarter. And there's an 8, 6 deuce. And this 4, 2, 6. 4, 2, 6. Very nice. 5, 1, 6. 3 6s in a row. Very nice. That was a weird roll. I didn't get that other one all in my hand. It was a 10. But it doesn't really count. It didn't get to the wall. And another 6. All right. Holy crap. A lot of 6s. Here's the 9. That 6 better was getting it. 12. That's our first 12. Well, back-to-back 12s. I hit the puck with that one. That was interesting. And a 10. Come on now. Satisfy this bet. An 8. 5, 3. Wow, a lot of rolls here. This is another thing. This is another negative about the dark side. Is if you're playing it like this where it's just one bet, it can be a very boring game. You have to be very patient to be able to do this. As back-to-back 5s. Especially when you see rolls like this and it's just disgusting you because you could be making all this money. There's the hard 4. All right, so now we lost that one. We're going to have to double it, right? Go up. Now you could just go up to 75. That actually works as well. But we'll double it here. And a 3. So we just got all that money back. All right, bang, we're going to win our $100. We're going to take it back down to a quarter. All right, here we go. And there's aces, okay. So remember I said it's about 50-50. We just lost 2. We just won 2. We're going to stack that up. And a 9, okay. Here we go. And a 7, okay, so that's just Now we're winning. We're going to win 50. Remember, we already stacked one, so this is going to be a half press. All right, so now we just racked a quarter. We have a quarter in play that's risk. The other parts, the other 2 quarters are profit. So at this point, this is a risk-free $75 bet. And that's the idea. That's where we were trying to go. And of course, we don't get a chance to win anymore. So, because it's a 50-50 proposition for the most part. You'd lose that, and remember, that was a pure profit bet. So you go back down, start at your quarter. You repeat this process over and over and over again. Most likely you're going to end up a winner as long as you can stay patient. There's aces. We needed that last roll. And a 4 the hard way. So again, guys, that's why the don't is like it is. It's a very, very 50-50 proposition bet. It really is. There's a 5. And you just keep repeating the process. You use a little bit of progression, regression type stuff, and the don't can work very well for you. Because most of your rolls you're rolling with an advantage. With, you know, the only roll you don't have the advantage is the come out. There's a 5. There's a 9. Even right here, we have 6 ways to win versus 5 ways to lose, which is an advantage. And we did not, our advantage did not pay out. All right, we'll go to 50. And a 6. Okay, there we go. This has been the hottest number. 7, okay? Not this time. So again, we're going to win our money back here. 50-50 proposition. We'll take it back down to a quarter. Start over. So again, that's the idea behind what I was showing there. All right, so now let's talk about just playing the don't bet much bigger versus playing the flat plus odds. And so what we'll do is we'll get another set of bets out here. All right, so this is another person's bankroll. They're going to play the flat quarter plus max odds, and we're going to play our bet at $150 to start. All right, I know we lose the advantage on the come out. And there's an 8. 6 deuce 8. All right, so they're going to put 150 down. Well, let me make sure I know what they have, right? That way we get that. All right, so we're going to give them $1,025. 150 in odds. Perfect. All right, boom. So right there, this is a clear example of what I was talking about. We both lost. Now they lost an extra 25, and they didn't have the potential to win the same amount, right? I know the overall was going to be the same amount, but they had more risk, right? So we both lost. Now, obviously, I know not everyone's going to jump out here and play $150 don'ts. But even if you're thinking about being a $15 don't versus a $25 don't, it's better, in my opinion, to play the larger money on the one-to-one bet. And there's a 12, that's a push. Now, you do lose the advantage on the come out, but you gain the advantage everywhere else. And this is the ugly part of it. All right, they're only going to lose a quarter. I'm going to lose 150. Remember, on the don't, the come out is the cost of doing business. It really is. There's the 6, 4, 10. So this is where I gain the big advantage over this way to play. They're playing max odds. They're going to play 150 to win just 100, and I got 150 to win 150. And we rolled a 10, so that doesn't matter. But I think you guys get an idea of what I'm talking about there. Is that outside of the come out roll, the rest of the time, this having the larger don't bet is better. Outside of the come out roll. And you can hedge out the come out roll, part of it, all of it, whatever you think. There's a 4. So the same situation here. Our 150 is paid 150. Their 175 is only going to pay 100. Can we win one? There's a 516 because we're both getting our head bashed in right now. And a 541. Just win one. And a 5-1. Okay. And a 5. I thought we were going to lose there. But I saw that too. And a 9. Okay. Anytime now. And a 3. Oh. So there's pucker action. A little pucker. There's a 10. All right. An 8. Oh, come on now. Satisfy the bet. This is the one bad part about flat betting the dark or playing a single bet on the dark is it can be very, very boring. 426. It can be a very, very boring day. 516, especially you see all these winners, all the guys, the light side guys are getting past chips. There's an 11 because they're killing it. That's why hybrid play is better. All right, there's a 10. On the hybrid, we'd be winning on all that. There's a 12, a lot of 12s. And a 3. And then finally a 7. There we go. All right, so now this player over here, they win 25 flat, 75 there. And this player over here, they're going to get the whole 150. So again, risk to reward. If you're willing to accept the damage on the come out, it's better to just play it bigger. You guys got an idea of how it can work both ways. You saw when we lose on a come out, it can be painful over here, but every other instance, this way is better. Outside of simply just the come out loser. So again, guys, this was a pretty good example of dark side play. Playing just the DP. I know we had a little DC run in there when I was showing flat betting stuff, but again, the concepts that go into the dark are not the opposite of the light, right? They're not the opposite of the pass line. The odds aren't calculated exactly the same. Now, the probability for the odds is, but you know, what I'm saying is you're winning 3 times the bet you have. You're not just able to win, you're not able to put 3 times the amount you have bet, which is what the light side is. You're able to win 3 times the amount that you have in play, which is different. And then the dark side itself, when you're gaining the 7, when you're put in a position where the 7 is in your advantage, the casino definitely doesn't want that. The casino is trying to play with the 7. They don't want to give you the 7. And guys, that is the clearest example of why you should play the dark side. If the casino's doing everything to allow you to get rid of the bet, if they're allowing you to take it down, they're allowing you to do anything to not play that bet, then it's probably a bet you should be playing, right? They're not going to promote a way that they lose. They're just not. So this was the DP video. And hopefully you guys like it and understand it. A lot of the DP concepts are harder than the light side concepts, because there's a little bit of the information is extrapolated slightly differently. And most people play light side, so they're far more familiar with the light side. But the dark side, guys, is the side that you should play on. It's a safer way to play, especially for a smaller bankroll. You're less volatile because you're not against the 7. All the rolls except for, you're in the dark side, you're against the 7 for 1 roll, where in the light side you're against the 7 for all but 1 roll. So there's a big advantage there if you'll think about it in those terms. Anyways, guys, thank you for your time. This is Jacob from Where'd You Be This.